Elisha began to give him the conditions. First, pick thy garment and get it. So every prophet, every believer has a garment. Every believer, you have your garment. Your garment reveals you. When you appear in the heavenlies making your petitions, your garment reveals you. Pick thy garment and get it, and then take my staff. Don't greet anyone by the road. Go, and when you go, lay my staff on the child. You know what that meant? In other words, me, my authority, every of my manifestation, I have given to you through that staff. Go, lay it on that child. And when Gehazi got there, he laid the staff on the child. Nothing happened. And he returned back to Elisha and said, Elisha, nothing happened. There was no need for Elisha to use the staff anymore, because he is now the one going by himself. When he got there, the same process. The staff to be laid on the child was as if it was Elijah lying on the child. Elijah laid on the child and did what the staff was supposed to do, and the child came back to life. Why did it not happen to Gehazi? He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. And then the time came when Elisha will have to cry to Gehazi. Is it yet time for you to begin to collect vineyards? That is in the case of Naaman. Is it yet time to begin to collect plots of lands? We are in a generation where we've been deceived that the grace of God is evident in the cars we drive, in how much we have in our account, even in the congregation we gather. I say this continually and I keep saying it. If the grace of God in my life is evident only in the crowd I gather, then the churches should close up. Champions League, Premier League, they are more anointed. If it has to do with the cars I drive, we should still close up. Dangote, I'm not sure he touches all that he owns. Have you ever seen a believer become among the wealthiest men in Forbes magazine? It's an error for a believer to be the richest man in the world. He can be a rich man in the eyes of people, but in the eyes of God, he's a poor man. Why? Because in Christianity, in our kingdom, we don't gather wealth, we distribute wealth. We distribute wealth. That is how we are in our kingdom. We don't gather, we don't accumulate. In the kingdom, we use money to make men. In the world, they use men to make money. You don't care if the people are suffering, no matter the pain they are going through, as much as you can have it for yourself. That's the war. Gehazi, is it yet time? That was the garment he had. And I want you to know, by your intentions and motives, there are certain heights you will never see in the manifestations of the Godhead. Pastor Sam will always say, there is a distance falsehood cannot travel. It does not mean that falsehood cannot go a certain distance, but there's a distance it cannot travel. If it gets to that distance, it can't go again. Falsehood, pretense, ayah.